Let's do this thing. Okay, so where we last left off in Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, the third game. We did some investigation. Apparently a murder occurred, and some phony decided to impersonate Mr. Phoenix Wright. We're about to have a retrial for a client, and here's where we are. January 7th, 7-4... I'm out of it. January 7th, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Numero Uno.
Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? But he was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie?
Maggie,
Heck, Detective Gumshoe.
are you doing all right? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either questions, sir.
Oh, don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
And you!
Yes?
You had better square this case away, got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? If you screw up, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
I think he's serious.
Hey, Detective. You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to tell Maggie, all right? Really? Can you, sir?
Of course. I got the situation under control.
Hey, thank you for the Archer, Drek.
I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today. If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay. We're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
Yeah, but that's what I normally do. I always point out the contradictions.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
I can only wish. January 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Blah 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 blah.
Court is now in session for the retrial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Bitter. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor? What's wrong?
Nothing, it's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, he was talking to me. It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
I see, so our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Cadeau, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trite, whether you're a fake or the real deal, we'll find out soon enough through this trial today. But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. That's what I intend to find out. There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once. Therefore, I won't stand for irrelevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said, trust me.
Now then, Mr. Cadeau, please summon your first witness.
Will the real Phoenix Wright please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation. Witness, state your name for the court. Oh, sorry, sir. The name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumption.
I'm gonna pretend they did not just say that. Other way around, detective. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir.
It's yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who was on the initial investigation is tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. You could spell his name forwards and backwards like Taco Cat. He was a professional programmer. And he also has a scouter that apparently can detect whether your power level is over 9,000 or not. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence.
And here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. The poisoned coffee is brought over to him by the waitress.
The waitress being the accused?
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo, who looks like a typical Japanese grumpy senior.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
Come, detective, take up this hammer, and nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Yes, sir. When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy Glenn Elk was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of motive. Motive? Using the dark aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
The facts in this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I already told you that wasn't me. Some kind of motive, you said?
Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Objection!
You know what my golden rule is, detective. Check out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out. So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive? Come on, Gumshoe.
They said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
Oh. And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000. Yeah.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one.
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Wait a minute. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client. I have here in my hand The very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket.
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant. What? I was not informed of this. That's bull.
Order, order.
Huh. She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit the ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering.
The ticket was presented to the court in this previous trial, too. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor. And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately.
You really think there are any contradictions in this testimony?
To be honest, I don't know.
But Gumshoe told us out at the lobby. He said it would be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line?
I don't have a whole lot of options right now. The best I could do is gather the facts together, I guess. So that means we have to keep on pressing him for as much info as possible. Can I stop you for just a minute?
What is it? Did I say something that just contradicts the evidence?
He's so desperate for that to be true, he's practically crying. Your testimony just now doesn't match the testimony given by Ms. Bird. She claims that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said. And
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction? Hey. Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. There are two testimonies tied up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Well, maybe the other witnesses just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table is obscured in some way.
Huh. That argument is as weak as the caveat Beyond, right?
I have here in my possession a ticket. A ticket? Looks more like a photo to me.
Yes, a one-way ticket to a guilty vial. To Guiltyville. Population, the defendant. This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place. This is a scene as witnessed by the chef moments after the poisoning took place, correct? I think the court will agree that was such a clear view of the scene of the crime. How, Mr. Trite, can anyone have overlooked a second person at the table?
Erk!
It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
He was listening to his radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Maggie told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece.
What should I do? And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Oh, how should I know?
Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere.
This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison, how it was used?
So traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else?
Not sure I get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
So the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite? The victim took his coffee black with no sugar. It seems that the poison could have only been in the coffee.
What should I do? Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right. That's what I was thinking.
And in case you were wondering, that last objection is for the detective there.
Huh? For me?
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it, buddy. If you have the time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
What piece was it again? This.
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's coffee cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants. Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance. That's enough. The facts of this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
Unlike an old man who knows the score.
There's also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie's starting to pile up fast.
Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already. I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence. He's got more evidence against Maggie? This is the apron that the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen.
That stain looks like... It can't be blood, can it? Huh. Seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself. Coffee? That's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. Oh, there's something else about stands out even more.
Something else, I presume you mean?
Of course. I'm referring to the pocket. The pocket? A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket? She could have been framed.
Yeah, Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
Her prints literally could have been planted there.
What?
Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood color stain is smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a bloodstain. You don't need to be told. Just look at it. Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone to breakfast that day. You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Well, a stunt like that again, I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
I I thought everyone knew what it was already. I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. A motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence have all been clearly established.
Well, Trite, it seems you really are a phony after all. You really know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there. Well, at least we got new testimony.
The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from the shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. We figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene. You sure there's nothing else missing?
You identified the victim and secured a prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real liar, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one, so let the fun begin. Are you sure nothing was missing at the crime scene, buddy? I could present something to that statement, I think. How do you explain this then?
What?
I could have sworn that the sports paper was missing from the crime. I guess we'll have to press him on that then. Oh wait, hold on. If I don't find a hole in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict.
Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. We can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something.
Yeah, that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious.
Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been.
So the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yep.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole $1 with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just going to then get away with it?
It was just $1, detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe.
Wait a sec.
Huh? Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
He's so let down, he's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket. Seems Mr. Glenell visited his doctor before he went to Trebion. We got the victim's name for the medical records that the doctor prescribed the meds. That's a reliable enough source for the court.
What should I do? So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
It was completely empty?
Huh.
You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate are you, trite? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, detective? Nothing else missing from the crime scene. I could assume that the medicine from the medicine bag was missing from the crime scene. Let's go to the Stream Raiders battle first, before we actually try that out as the evidence we're presenting. Okay, we got more troopers this time. We got Altcran and Kohal Kestrin over here. Let's speed things up for everybody, and let's get it going. Alright, no problem, Drek. Thank you so much for stopping on by. I appreciate it. And I guess we can... If I don't see you around later on, I'll actually catch you around later whenever this week, or maybe in another Discord hangout we're gonna have, because I need to get my next shot this week.
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye. 'Cause now it's time to go. But hey, I say, well, that's okay.
We'll be waiting for you to come and play. To come and play. To come and play. Bye now.
Alright, let's do another 3 skull level. Let's see what we're doing here. I think I'll play as my mage here this time. Alright, folks, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. I haven't swapped over to the viewer side of things yet, not in a hot minute. Ugh. Hey, thank you for the epic Nightmare Barbarian, Leon. Objection! Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh ho, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Très Bien. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You're too cool, pal. Indeed. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial. Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh?
The victim was killed by poison, and the victim's medicine, quote-unquote medicine, mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Oh, order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
That's all. What? Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will. What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New ear... Otolaryngological clinic. Otolaryngological?
What kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A war wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum. He ruptured his eardrum?
What on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Yes, here it is, in a very, very fine print.
It seemed as Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. Therefore, it would be absurd to believe they would have eaten his medication.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No.
Nick, if you don't think of it something quick, it'll all be over.
She's right. I can't get away with it with a week-old objection. What should he do? It does seem as if the medication isn't connected to the case. Maybe the last Mr. Trite was the real one. At least he didn't waste time.
You don't have any add to the medication issue. The facts of this case seem no different to those presented in the last trial.
I guess we are pushing for an objection here. I guess we are after all. Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elk correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Très Bien. If that's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
What the heck is going on with my reception? That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
Objection! You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant. It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did. The possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Cadeau, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Cadeau? I've got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little bit more trivial than at best. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and that is something that bothers me.
Yay, good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness. Huh. I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off my last 6 cups. Court is adjourned for recess.
January 7th, 11:03 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Ooh, that was close.
Tell me about it. I nearly died in there.
That's my line, sir. No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's got to do his job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. He felt like someone punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe.
So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, Mr. Kudo. Lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds.
I bet he's going to be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's a big old grouch. Are you going to be able to handle him, Nick?
Yeah, I could take whatever he throws at me. Even those never-ending bird seeds. January 7th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. Cadeau, your next witness, please. The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
Name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me, mind you. I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
Occupation? Listen, young'un. How much call do you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroider family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Ooh, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe he can embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Other witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino.
Seeds?
What do you think these are,
I see. So you saw everything that happened, Gramps.
Did I? Oh yes. Yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please tell the court. We're all ears.
Sure, I'll tell you. I'll tell you every last detail.
He's really getting into this.
Young man was reading the sports paper. The servant girl brought him a Javachino. She put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Mr. Kudo, she is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
You're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones?
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses. It's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me.
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think old CD really saw Maggie do it?
Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time. That's why he was there.
But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress.
I guess. She makes a good point, though.
Hey, did I just say something clever?
I wonder if the waitress Mr. Kudo saw really was Maggie.
That's what you have to figure out, Nick.
You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features. It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
You can see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform.
So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear anyone could wear just such a uniform, even. This sentence is syntax and stuff is throwing me off. Hey, welcome back, Maffey. I hope you napped pretty well.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish for that image.
Don't get all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away.
There are other things I recognize about her, too.
He's pretty sure of himself. Let's press harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a rib in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. What about the most crucial detail of all, her face?
As if I wouldn't remember that.
The witness noticed the straps of the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right. I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight.
There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. Mr. Kudo, you seem especially interested in straps. Why is that?
Oh, what?
The ribbon in her hair, the straps on her apron. What's the fascination?
Fascination?
People have all kinds of fetishes, Trite. We don't need to embarrass the witness.
Listen, you young upstarts. I haven't got some six-strap fetish.
Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love for straps, Mr. Wright?
I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the witness's straps.
I said I haven't got a strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself, young man?
Very well. Continue with the testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless.
The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back.
So what?
So is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
He's got you there, Gramps.
People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests you add any details about any identifying features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure, sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
And if I can't find a hole in that suit, it'll get even longer, I bet. Hey, thank you for the epic Nightmare Paladin, Kiba.
There was an interesting about caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front.
There wasn't anything interesting? Are you sure about that? Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this.
That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like, just after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that, Well, you half-witted clot. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning.
Huh?
And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before, or... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Oops.
Witness, you can't just oops your way out of this.
Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird?
Exactly. When that one waitress put the poison to the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. Monarch is in perfect working order. I can't remember a single location when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
You can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Very well, let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
Before that, though. Hey, Paladin Scrolls. Whoosh.
He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. And the serving girl in question brought over the Java Chino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
How are we going to handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory's shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
I suppose, but it's what I do best. The whole point of this cross-examination is to establish just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss.
I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh?
Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. His free hand?
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't the right hand, then which hand was it, you moron?
Ow, ow, ow!
Perhaps the great Mr. Troit has 3 hands.
Yeesh, I was only asking. No need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. Maybe it's the sports paper? Maybe? Maybe you got the hands incorrect? Objection! Nope. The newspaper was a sports paper, was it?
That young hooligan, I nearly asked him. Can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to read the back page with all that rustling going on? I need to find out if Guts and Braun retain his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know so bad, why didn't you buy your own?
What do you look at me like that for, How dare you judge me?
Ow, ow, ow! Guts and Braun got beaten yesterday, by the way, anyway.
The wireless?
That decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
Using an earpiece. It's selfish, that's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What do you look at me like that for? How dare you feel sorry for me?
Ow, ow!
Spectacles?
Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I wouldn't have called it a pair of glasses.
He seems to be wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps we should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
Ah, we better come up with something sharp and quick.
Guess I'll wait and see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. Hey, thank you for the posture check, Rohan. You mean the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right?
one of those, are you? You never let anything go, isn't that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw her from the front or from behind? My eyes don't lie.
Ow, ow, ow.
Better not push until I've got some hard evidence. It was not a pair, it was a single lens. It was a single piece of lens, what the heck?
Objection!
Oh, come on. Maybe the crime photo?
Objection!
I want to figure this out before I start the raid. Like, I need my brain power for this. Maybe it's the crime scene photo because he could only see the victim from across the table. And what's up, Nuzu? Whose name rhymes with Yuzu?
Hold it! Objection!
Isn't the crime photo supposed to apply to something though? That's the thing. Like, literally the crime photo is supposed to apply to something with the way the old man is able to look at the victim's body. While I put my brain power to that, let's actually go ahead and, why don't we go ahead and get this Stream Raider battle going? I don't want to exactly look up the answer, even though I literally could. I want to really try to figure it out on my own. Yeah, what's good, Nuzu? You're not playing, you're not a stream raider, so, unless you are a stream raider? Actually, hold up. Let's go ahead and debuff these dudes down here. Feels like they're gonna be annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and get things started. Alright. So, Leon has landed the most kills with the most assists. Rohan with 5 kills and 4 assists. Matthew with 5 kills and 1 assist. Kelta Drago with 1 kill and 4 assists. Me with 4 kills. Kiba with 2 kills, 1 assist. Altkaran with 2 kills. And Kowal Kesrin with the boost. Well, Leon, since you have earned yourself the top rank, what will your scroll be? Which scroll shall you receive? Which scroll would you like? Yeah, they definitely did. Right, what the heck is the contradiction in this dude's testimony? I wouldn't say he rustled the pages. He was writing on the pages.
Objection!
Oh my god, that's not correct either. What the heck is the correct response? I need a hint, I need a clue, I need a something. I literally don't want to look this up, but I feel like I have to look this up. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages.
Objection!
The crime scene photo has to be presented somewhere, though. Trying to see what the heck it is. Is it about the cup?
Objection!
Is it about the cup? Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory?
I know, there's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trike?
According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left.
So what is this, kindergarten?
I would like the court to please take a look at this. Let me see. Oh! Because the lip mark was over here and the hand was over here, it can be assumed that the victim was grabbing the cup with the right hand.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
Huh?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from.
Wait! Chantamate. You think I'm going to stand here, listen to you, and tell me I'm mad? You're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw.
You still insist on your testimony?
That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yes. Oh, question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young hot-butted you, spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault.
Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Don't call me old man, old man. Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but
Sure, why not hear a little more?
Mr. Kudo,
This is my 16th cup of coffee, so this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Left hand or right hand?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
I know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
Wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts, in good old black and white.
Before we begin with this, it seems like Leon is probably lurking, so I'm probably just gonna randomize the prize. Because I was originally asking what the dude wants, and apparently, I guess we'll have to spin the wheel of destiny on what prize Leon is going to get. Hey, Rohan gets the paladin. Pogs. Okay, I guess we're going to the skin chest then. Okay, I think I'm gonna have my... Wait, what units do I need to place here? I need to kill an epic unit. That's probably a boss unit. Nice, flying rogue scrolls. Thank you for the epic rogue, Maffy. Yeah, how dare the old man be rude to the one and only Phoenix Wright of Japanifornia.
Well, Nick, what do you think?
I think the guy's telling the truth, but even so, something's not quite right.
Then chuck evidence at him till he breaks.
But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? So the victim was wearing an HMD.
What does it matter?
It was none of them actually, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. For the opposite table, you'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head.
Hold it!
It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenn Elk.
It was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of Javachino. I want to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my speed eating. I could have choked.
So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy.
Hold it!
The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with?
You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left, well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean...
Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in.
Ow, ow, ow.
So if he had the HMD on his left hand, the left side, then I guess was his left hand.
Hold it!
You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
It's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
It looks like you really did see the guy keep picking the cup up with his left hand. This is a dead end.
Well, Nick.
Objection!
Objection. I'm not sure what the irrelevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. I don't know what he just said. Hold on. Okay, I know where to present the evidence now. What evidence? Hold on a second. Let me just help my homies real quick. And Stream Raiders. Speaking of Stream Raiders, we do have 23 minutes left to place any more troopers, my dudes.
Objection!
Objection!
But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pretty pigeon!
Order! Order! Order!
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
Ugh. A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic of the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me a drip?
This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poisoned coffee like this.
Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Useless!
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old poggy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, you can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Hold it, wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Kudo.
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now, but there's something else the court should know.
What?
There's more?
To be perfectly honest, it may not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark.
Me? It's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter of this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. Maybe 68 years old, but Victor Kudo's still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet. Much, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, youngster.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Oh, boy. Oh, shoot. I had an epic already. Oh, no. Yeah, 2 seconds is way too tight.
First of all, I want to stress this might be nothing I'm not too sure of it myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down,
Is that all?
That's interesting.
Yes, that is all. I remember it perfectly. Eh? You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor old defenseless old man.
No, we are not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. So what, probably? That's all I could think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're bird brain, that's why. That's all you could think of.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
Ay, ay, ay. We have a picture where the vase literally is not broken.
He's really giving...
He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya.
It's you he's looking at, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, young'un.
I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. Objection! Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch.
Ow, ow, ow.
Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night.
Huh?
What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes, go on.
The broken vase. It was on my table. It was on my table.
What?
Ah, well, you see. It startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
A vase on your table.
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes. I remember something else.
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait, listen to me.
Well, it seemed to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick, you did it.
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies, my own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. This court is adjourned.
To be continued. And that was the first case. That was the first trial of this case. And afterwards, I guess we're on to investigation numero dos. Okay, let's go ahead and check out, pretty good opportunity for me to stretch for a little bit. I'll decide whether or not I want to start and pause on the investigation for this game. But in the meantime, we still have a little bit of time before my session of Genshin tonight. Okay, we actually got peeps here. We actually have legitimate peeps here. Let me just go ahead and step away, use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. And I'll see what we can do with this game, or if we could just move directly to Genshin. Hang tight, folks. I'll go ahead and play a commercial in the meantime. Okay. I have the returned. Okay, so how are we doing over here? It's definitely been looking a lot better than how we've been before, than how we've been in the past couple of days, which I'm definitely pretty happy for. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do another hour of, I guess, we're gonna do some investigating in this game. Oh, let me turn off the rain and the kitchen sounds first. Okay, so it is January 7th, 12:52 p.m. right in company law offices.
So how do you think the trial went this morning?
How do you think it went?
He got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances.
Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee.
All we know is what Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps, and the ribbon.
That part is correct. That part is correct to Mundo, that's for sure. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured.
Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis.
That's not even a real thing, Maya, but even I can agree with you on that. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh?
Yeah. We've got to find one for Maggie, or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty.
Let's go to the detention center first. January 7th, detention center visitors room. I guess Maggie's still in questioning.
But we got questions to ask her, too. Maggie!
Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Well, January 7th, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Before we do that first, let's go ahead and do our batteur. Okay, let's take care of these guys. And let's go ahead and get them. No, not the robots. Ooh, okay. Matthew landed the most kills. Kiba landed 5 assists alongside Kohal. Al Korean landed 3 kills. Rohan landed 2 kills. SWW70A landed 2 assists. Leon landed 2 kills. Icewife landed 1 kill, 1 assist. I landed 1 kill, of course. And Kelta Drago landed nothing, apparently. Well, naturally, one of the gold is gonna... One of the 50s is going to go to you, Maffy, so let's see who shall receive the second one. Hey, Leon received the second one. Poggers. He needs the money anyways, so. Alright, now here it is. The robot storage. That level 20 orc was kind of throwing me off, though, not going to lie, but... Well, let's see. I think I'm going to actually put a rogue over here just so we can try to get a hold of that console. If we could get a hold of that console, the sooner the better. Alright, folks. Y'all know what to do.
Looks like Gumshoe's not here.
Hold on a second. I gotta check the viewer side of things to make sure that we're good. Usually on my longer sessions on Sunday, we tend to do the most amount of Stream Raider raids.
Yeah, looks like Gumshoe's not here.
Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow.
You think?
Yeah, everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call the officers for the briefing, quick! Could you shut down the station server? Chief, quit playing on the internet! My email pen pal, 1337 Asian princes. Save for later. I'm turning it off now. No! 1337 Asian princes!
Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh?
Keeping busy? More like panicking, if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. That's the latest Babes in Uniform poster, my bad. This must be the chief of the detectives here. He looks lost now that the power to his computer has been cut. Oh well, guess I'll just have to write her a real letter instead of an email. Alternately, you can write up some reports, just a suggestion. Dear 1337 Asian princesses, how are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night?
Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become chief.
Must be one of the detectives. He was mumbling something to himself. Even pickpockets can have their pockets picked. That's a keeper. Better to go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan. Must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign, but I'm not even sure he knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. What the heck is the urgency at the Criminal Affairs Department? Let's go to Trebyon real quick. January 7th, Trebyon.
Empty as usual.
Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it, come on, come on, come on. Hey, that sounds like...
Hey, now just call an 8, pal. Come on, I know you can.
He's getting really worked up about something.
No, that's the wrong number. Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Huh? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal.
to the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
Yes, and he's having the Twin D set.
What can I say? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know.
You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today?
Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese?
Would he have preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyways, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find.
So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean?
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. I hate him, sir. I mean it. I don't ever want to see him again. Something like that.
Whoa. Whoa.
Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean.
Why is this happening?
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick.
Oh man, poor Gumshoe. So, did you like the twin tea set?
I never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking.
So, how did it taste?
Well, for 20 bucks, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate.
It's delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you?
What's the matter with him?
Looks like he's thinking.
That's it. I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. I just realized. It's bad. That's it. It tasted bad. Just kind of hard to admit it to yourself when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know?
Maybe you should have found out about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey, Nick, maybe that's why Glenelle came here. Maybe he heard about the Super Fierce Twin Tea set.
If by fierce you mean fearsome, speaking of Glen Elg, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy.
Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? So what were you all excited about earlier?
Huh?
That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something.
Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you could tell little old me. What were you listening to?
Nothing, really. It was just the, daily exercise show.
Ah, god damn it. What the? A Cyclock?
This special lobster sure is great.
Then why are there tears in your eyes?
I have a feeling we could crack that lock right open. I'm sure he was just listening to the... I'm sure he was listening to the lottery. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to?
No way, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you.
We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to... the lottery ticket. I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big just like Glen Elg did.
It's like you can see right through me.
Huh? I've cracked him already?
See, pal? That's why I said it was nothing. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try.
What's with everyone in the lottery?
So, how did it go?
I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than have a lousy buck. I was so mad.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah, what time is it now?
It's just after 1:30.
Are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time?
Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I brought the ticket.
Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I'm gonna try it, Nick.
Then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money.
Apparently everyone's listening to this show now.
Oh, that's because everyone wants money.
Don't we all?
They say that the victim Glen Elk was really into gambling.
Yep, you can't beat gambling. I love it too. I won $500 last night while playing cards with Dick.
Huh? We were playing for money?
Of course, so you better pay up.
You're a smart one. Waiting for a cop to be present before asking for cash. We never did find the contents of that bag.
It was medicine. From Mr. Elk's rupture eardrum, right?
Yeah, we found traces of it in his left ear canal. He must have used it while he was at Trebion. We're sure of that much. That's the apron Maggie was wearing. Yeah, it still smells like her too.
Does this mean Maggie smells like ketchup?
A one-way ticket to happiness, huh?
Glenn Elk died because of this ticket.
Yeah, but it's still a one-way ticket to happiness, pal.
And Maggie was found guilty of murder because of it, too.
Now, looks like anything about Maggie is an instant conversation stopper.
Yeah, he's got a real soft spot for her, and it obviously hurts when you hit it. Gotta love gambling. Get yourself a 5-star.
Hey, are you putting this up for sale, pal?
No. Why? Would you want to bust up? Why'd you want to bust up a scooter like this anyway?
Yeah, plus the seat's all covered in pitch and poop.
Who cares? If it runs, that's all that matters to me.
My phony was riding this bike. Maybe if I head back to the park, it'll be there again.
I haven't gotten anything to say about that, pal. Just take it away already, please.
Spending 20 bucks on this has got to be killing him inside. What do you think about this, detective?
What is it?
You know, I've heard that name somewhere before. MC Bomber. Yeah, I heard it real recently, too.
Wow, he actually seems to be thinking for once.
That's no good. I can't remember. You know, in all my years, I've never seen a witness who was that confused before.
Yeah, you looked pretty confused by his testimony.
Nothing against old guys, I like them and all. But he sounded like he was pretty sure about what he saw.
Yeah, that's the impression I got too.
Oh my god, ow. Me, 3. But then, why doesn't even a single part of his testimony corroborate any of the facts?
Maggie's probably crying alone right now, huh?
Yeah, thanks to you.
I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Maya, don't torch poor Gumshoe's feelings like they're cups of cheap creme brulee.
You're really crazy about Maggie, aren't you?
No, I'm not, it's not that I...
You don't have to hide it, Gumshoe, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're way too plain looking for Maggie, right?
I'd arrest you right now if you weren't so right. Mr. Godot agreed to take this case just so he could face you, pal. He was working on a bunch of more important cases, but he canceled them all.
Why did Mr. Godot take this case when Maggie's first trial came out? Yeah, that is kinda odd. I mean, everyone thought the defense was Phoenix Wright. So why didn't he try to fight me then?
Well, according to Mr. Godot, he knew the guy was a phony right away, so he didn't want to bother with the trial.
He could be bothered to tell the judge?
You're looking upbeat as usual.
And you're looking tired as usual, Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, that's life, huh? One guy's got it all, and one guy's got squat.
It's just me, or did the room get darker all of a sudden? You know, Detective, this is the year of the, gum.
It is?
Yeah, I think.
Gum, huh? This is gonna be a great year for this old gumshoe then, right?
Look at that. He even perked up in no time.
Maya, don't mess with him like that.
This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
He wasn't literally a computer, Maya.
Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim.
Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun, Oh, I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elk worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where is that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc. Something like that.
Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go.
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya.
We'll be fine. I know all about the high-tech stuff.
I wonder about that.
It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look.
A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? January 7th, Rébion Kitchen.
Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone.
Who?
I'll be back next month.
Oui, naturellement. I will be waiting for you.
If you have gotten bit by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready, I promise.
I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles.
No, stop it, I beg you.
Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
No, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle.
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Oh no, you do not have to worry. You know, you worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood.
I do love raw meat from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye. For now.
I have no shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over me body before it becomes a nervous wreck. There. Oh, oui, that feels good. Ooh la la, excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes. Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this. The oil of sandalwood.
Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? So, who was that woman you were just talking to?
Ooh la la, you saw that?
Oh, well, yes, sorry.
So, who is she? She looks so polite and graceful.
Polite and graceful.
And she likes raw meat and fires, right? I'll be back next month.
Oui, naturellement. I will be waiting for you.
If you haven't gotten by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready, I promise.
Now that I think about it, hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having.
You think so? Well, then let's show him that piece of evidence, see what happens.
You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong?
No, you're right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way, I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme.
Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
But you are right, business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is Trey. I just want people to think that my restaurant was exclusive.
But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you ever gotten that Mr. Armstrong as a man, Maya?
But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I will defend it to you finale. No one will take it from me. Ah, this is old man. This old man is the regular here. My specialty of cappuccino cold water is one of his favorites.
Was he here at the time of the incident?
Oui, he was here. I'm sure of it. When our incident happened, the old man was here.
Hmm?
It is hard to imagine by...
Oh, he already read this.
Ah, let that man, the first in my restaurant.
No way, you mean the first customer you ever had?
No. It's the first time I've had a dead man in my restaurant. Such a shame to lose a customer after only his first meal here. Oh, how it hurts me to see that poor girl's face.
Maggie's?
I heard she was superhumanly unhappy.
Superhumanly?
And if she hadn't come to work for me, she wouldn't have gone to this mess.
Huh? I'm missing something here, aren't I?
Je suis désolé, Maggie. Forgive me. Mon Dieu, what beauty!
That's my sister.
Ah oui, another delight. But you have a certain je ne sais quoi that I do not sense from your sister.
I do?
So though your head eye, trust out your feminine features. Do not lose heart of my fear. For you are a woman extraordinaire.
Do I look like you need cheering up or something?
Right, I'm sure that goth, that edgy girl was talking about this contract.
So long as a paper exists, I am but a delightful angel we sell up broken wings.
An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
We, they kept harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them.
Help them? With what?
My be sure I did not owe them the money. If I did not owe them the money, I would have refused. But my hands were tied.
Please, what did you agree to help them with?
No, I cannot say. If I tell you that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with la salad garnish.
Ew, I hope he doesn't mean, yeah, he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that woman has something to do with your loan contract, am I right?
Huh. Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's,
Why has it come to this? What a tragedy. Suddenly I find myself so deep in la debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, huh?
No, I'd say it's more of a sign of bad culinary skills.
The woman who was here, the scary woman, she is from the loan office.
Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from?
Oui, the lender, it is called.
It's a catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please, you not borrow from them if you must no more than $10.
$10 sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey, I get a bit more than that, thank you very much.
So tender lender's the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they got anything to do with this case.
I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me.
Who's this he?
Let the girl.
The tiger?
Oui, he is the manager of the Tenderlander, a terrifying man, the big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry.
A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance?
Oh, no. This man is a presence, a most formidable personality. Although, he does have the spiky hair just like you. There is a resemblance there, I suppose.
Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all.
If you want to visit the Tenderlander, it is just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some, as long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh?
Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We've got a big meeting starting in a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case still going down at the moment, so she's be putting hers aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Bye.
You better get going, Detective, or you'll be late.
Actually, I've kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one.
A favor?
Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kind of hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make... I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe. How many Wheaties are here? That's not a person. There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat.
You think? I love Wheaties. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal.
I can't exactly say no, can I?
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give that to Maggie.
He's finally gone. Dang it, we can't actually make a delivery there. Alright, I'll spend like a good maybe 5 to 6 more minutes on whatever we need to do. Let's check on Vitamin Square to see if anything's... Oh, the motorbike is there. January 7th, Vitamin Square.
I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you?
Maybe went to buy another ton of bird seeds. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be here anyway. At least not for a while. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix.
Hey, check this out.
I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you. Otherwise, you might be in for a shock. My phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine a tiger loose in the city.
Meanwhile, the real Phoenix is like an abandoned chick lost in a vast urban jungle.
Huh?
Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope.
Why is she trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? January 7th, Tender Lender.
This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger is in his lair. That is, as they say, a very good thing.
Welcome.
Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die.
You're here to discuss a loan?
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone, just like that.
I guess we'll just have to come back another time.
But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around, okay?
You think it'd be okay?
Of course, no one will ever know. Coffee? I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please. Nick! Oh, let's get out of here.
Now she wants to get out of here. Wait, there's a blue suit. That's kind of sus.
Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic.
Looks more like a pimp coat to me, because I haven't got an eye for fashion.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit?
Ah,
Keep your voice down, Maya.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this. Some cake. Ah! I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. I just wait here quietly otherwise. Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure.
I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand? I'm scared, Nick.
So, what are you getting so excited about before?
Look on the lapel of the suit.
That's an attorney's badge.
Is the tiger a lawyer?
No way, look at this thing. It's made of paper.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? That's a very good question indeed. We're gonna leave it off at that. We went to Tender Lender. We know the office of Mr. Fake Right. The identity of Xin Eohp, I guess. We'll go ahead and go on with the Stream Raiders battle. Alright folks, let me make sure to get the battle started so I can go ahead and get some rehydration done. And then we'll move on to the last game of the evening. Alright, 33 units for this battle. Let's go ahead and get it on.